Back. Welcome back to the Lunch and Learn Show with Carol Ann Jacobs and Jennifer Looney. And if you're just joining us, we are talking on the telephone from Chicago with Ann Farrell, who is the founder of Quantum Endeavors. You can look in some previous chats, just scroll up, and you can have some information on how to reach Ann. And it'll always be in our archives as well, our archive shows, which we can't wait for Ann to see it and get her feedback.
So I promised Anne in the promos that I did that we were going to talk about the dirty little secret of organization, politics, because you do such a great job of helping people get around that. And I know it's something that frustrates the heck out of my clients. You know, people get really frustrated and stalled in their career because of the politics in the organization. A lot of choices that aren't helpful to their own personal growth. And frankly, their participation in the organization and their productivity is that they just withdraw. And, you know, I did that in my own career at one point because I'm a collaborator and I could see clearly the negative effects of unhealthy competition between groups. And it just made me so mad that was something that was perpetrated. But like me, you now help people to be successful no matter what their environment. So what are the keys to doing that?
Oh, great question. And politics is one of those things that's really been heated up with, less winners in this whole recessionary time. Mm-hmm. So it's gotten a bit nastier again. Right? In good times, everybody can be happy and everybody can play nice. You get a little bit of stress in the system, and there'll be some folks who pop up with some not so nice play. I think the biggest thing, Carol Ann and Jennifer, that we need to be very clear with about our clients is that politics is not optional. I mean, it is just part. It's like saying you're going to be with your family, but you're not going to have emotions. I mean, it's just part of the landscape. Politics and emotions and competition and all these things take place whenever more than two or three gather. Mm-hmm. So it's really about learning how to stay and stand in your strengths while all this is going on around you. So the one very, very key strategy to do well in office, whether you want to call it politics or relations, is to have your strategic career or your political relationship circle. Those who have
I like that. Political
best relationship will win.
Political relationship circle. I like that. The PRC.
Yeah, if you want to bury your head and ignore that relationships don't count, that's when politics will jump up and bite you. They'll bite your career. So it's really about being proactive and strategic about who you want to get into relationship with. These relationships, real and strong, with key influencers, right? People who are highly well respected, people who have the keys to the areas you want to go. Those relationships will overcome and win over politics every day. Without those relationships, you're just sort of getting slapped around by the people who are playing politics in the room or in the group. But if you watch it, the ones who win at the political game are truly the ones who have the relationships anyway.
So what do you say to people that say to you, well, Anne, if you had my boss, or you had, if you had my boss's boss or my peer who's always stabbing me in the back, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, and I would say, you know what, those bosses and those peers are unfortunately everywhere, and I've had them all. But the key is I've overcome them all.
And I think you bring up a great point about relationship, because I heard you say something on one of your calls, which I think is really important for people to understand. And that's that I don't know if y'all have noticed this out there, but I certainly have, that we tend to attract the same thing over and over again until we get it right or we don't, in which case we get it again. So when we talk about those bad bosses, and when I do my Dirty Dozen, I talk about that it ain't always the boss. that teaching people how to thrive in any kind of a circumstance will make it so that bad situation doesn't follow them like Pigpen's cloud.
Yeah, like, please, trust me, I got the lesson. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to keep sending that one to me. Send me a new one. But it really is you not being made small or giving up or being a lesser leader because you've been provoked by bad behavior by somebody around you. Once you can really stand in your strength, your prowess, your present psychology and physiology, no matter what is happening in your environment, then and only then have you got the lesson enough so that's not going to keep coming back to you. So that's what I meant by overcome. Overcome. Be who you are meant to be, no matter your environment. And it's easier than we think because it's a choice that we make to let it bother us.
And then
choose not to.
And then you become Linus and you carry around your security blanket instead of Pigpen.
Going with that Charlie Brown analogy.
Why not? Well, with all of those experiences, and I know that you've coached both individuals, teams, corporate leaders, employees. We could go through a laundry list and then some. And I know that the answers may be different, and you're welcome to give one or two. But what I'd like to know is some of the results that you've helped your clients achieve.
Oh, certainly. And my newest client, I'm really having a great time with, and that's the Chicago Cubs organization.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that great? So
Yeah.
I'm hoping next summer, that you'll be able to see the results of that right on, during baseball season. But I want to share one that I feel really great for the client about, and that is a woman who went into General Electric at a senior level. And they never hire at that level from the outside, nor they hired females from the outside. It's a very tough environment to win in.
Okay.
The very first thing she did when that happened was she hired me to be her coach behind the scenes. And within 8 months, she was promoted to the next level. So not only did she make it,
Wow.
she got promoted to be one of the top 100 in the GE organization.
Fantastic.
And that is tough because, GE is known for being a best place to work and attracting top talent. So I find it interesting that it's still challenging for women, and it's a good lesson out there that promotion time is not the time to fire your coach.
Absolutely not. I can give you lots of statistics about the percent of onboarding failures.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is enormous.
Well, and the difference in corporate, okay, so you were talking about being paired up with a mentor that one time, but that mentor was internal in the company. I like that she sought a mentor outside so that there wouldn't be anything political, like we just talked about before, that ever influenced any decision that you two made together as a team, as a coach-client team. So I like that was an outside influence.
Yeah, she liked that too. She was, trust me, she was getting enough inside influence.
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh, yeah, I bet too.
Tough organization.
So do you have any, I know you had mentioned something about a workshop, or maybe I heard seminar series or something like that. I know there may be a book coming out soon, according to what might happen in the coming weeks. But any events or any special offers?
Yeah, so I want to follow up on what I said about making coaching available to everyone.
Yes.
I have a website it's www.yourcorporatesuccess. And this site is a member-based executive coaching engagement program. It's been, January will be 2 years. We have an incredible group of CEOs, senior leaders, new managers. Just a wonderful group of people. And twice a month we get together, once in a workshop and once in a mastermind session. And it's been a great way for all those who want executive coaching in their life to be able to do it for themselves at less than the cost of a mediocre meal a month.
Wow. So more information about that then at yourcorporatesuccess.com.
Perfect. And And you can see other programs that I have available there as well. It's all sitting on that space. And to learn more about myself and my coaching come from, it's at the site you already mentioned. That's the quantumendeavors.com site.
And the yourcorporatesuccess.com, right? Yourcorporatesuccess.com. So that's a group executive coach type situation, workshop, mastermind group that you can join anytime.
Anytime, and no obligation for how long you stay. We've got 2 live events monthly. We get a wonderful mix of people to each one, and it's a great way to mastermind with peers across industries, across corporations, small business mixing with corporate and not-for-profit. It's just a wonderful mashup of brilliance.
I like that. I like the group.
Yeah.
I like the groups. It's wonderful how you get the influence of the outside and different personalities and perspectives and expertise. I know we've talked about your 2 different websites, but is there any other way people can reach you? Do you have a Facebook, a Twitter, anything like that? Contact on social media?
I have all that. Twitter is Ann Farrell. That's with an A.
Yes, it's with an A, not the way. I fixed it everywhere, guys. So
yeah, Ann Farrell is my Twitter name. Ann Farrell is my Facebook name, and I'm very active in LinkedIn, and that is Ann Farrell 1 in LinkedIn.
The number 1.
The number 1.
And you're out of Chicago for if anyone's looking for an area that Ann Farrell is in.
Exactly. I would be the Ann Farrell in Chicago.
And how long have you been in Chicago?
I have been basically in Chicago all my life, except for when my career transferred me to other locations.
Then I have to ask you if you've ever heard of Don and Roma on WLS.
Yes, I have.
Well, that's my uncle and my aunt.
Seriously?
Yes, it is. Seriously.
Wow. So you have this whole broadcasting background. You come from it honestly.
Oh, honestly, my father as well. My father was a disc jockey. My stepfather also. I've been in radio and records industry my whole life. And now Carol Ann's drugged me back
that's
in.
right. I know.
They pulled me back in.
Oh, you're back to your roots. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you. I just had to mention that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. You've been awesome, and this has been one of our best hours. So really appreciate your sharing your wisdom with us and staying over. Since we usually only do a half an hour, and it just went too fast with you.
We had lots of great information from you. We appreciate you sharing with our listeners, viewers, and future archived listeners and viewers.
Well, I really appreciate the invitation, Carol Ann, and I've had a lot of fun being here with you today.
See, we do add fun.
That's right. This is going to be fun.
We don't just say it, we deliver.
All right. Well, thank you again, and I will be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.